What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the entire console strategy for PlayStation and why I've always been a big proponent that PlayStation needed to take its games to PC day one. This has been something that I've stayed consistent on. I remember in 2018, if you want the link to the video, I can provide it because I still own the video. I made a video saying why I thought that PlayStation should bring Marvel Spider-Man 1 to PC. This is because the PC market was changing at the time. There were a lot of different trends that was being seen. That data set, which is interesting and strange, has also been taken down. But I remember in that video, I wrote it down in text after my post, during my post edits, and it seemed like the PC market had been growing significantly, and I'm talking by leaps and bounds to the tune of billions of dollars in terms of components. This was as a result of, mining and all of that stuff with Bitcoin and all of these new cryptocurrencies. Well, I don't know if they were new at the time, but they seem to be gaining a lot of popularity. And this is before the second mining craze that skyrocketed the prices of PC components that people see now and say, oh, PCs are so expensive to build, blah, blah, blah. No. In 2016, they were so cheap. I built one, and then I built another one for less than nothing, which was used when I bought components from people. Kami Games here, or Kami, that's he's changed his name. He says, Helldivers 2 reaches over 50,000 concurrent players on Steam in 90 minutes. It's already the fourth highest PlayStation launch ever on PC. God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Helldivers 2, 51K. I expect it to go even higher, with most of the US and North America asleep. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure PlayStation, audiences can see this as a positive trend. This is what I've been talking about for the longest time. In fact, I would dare to say that games like these would probably also do well on Xbox, because Xbox already has its plethora of multiplayer games, co-op games that are shooters that people can play that are native to the Xbox ecosystem or third-party based, still native to the Xbox ecosystem, like Call of Duty and so on and so forth. So if PlayStation wants to actually compete, I think they need to start rethinking their strategy even more to the most fine-tuned perspective. And this is why I've always talked about day and date with these consoles, because at the end of the day, what is the holdup? There is nothing that is the holdup. In fact, many people right now are panicking over Microsoft's strategy. Oh, they're going to take the games third party. Ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft is already losing $200 per console that they sell. This is a reality. In fact, if they sell it on sale, one of my audience members was bantering, back and forth with me, thinking I'm some Xbox fan. I don't care. I play on PC, and I'm very happy playing on PC because in 2016, I already looked at the trend and said PC is going to become a juggernaut market with these trends, and it ended up being so. Mobile is there, but a lot of these games cannot necessarily be ported to mobile without any stress. So the PC platform, being the possibility to be more superior than any console that comes out, is where a lot of people are going to be fixing their sights as they eventually start looking at the value that they get for their money. This reality and this particular loss that has been reported here, anywhere from around $200 or even $100 in some cases, is something that Xbox has factored. Even PlayStation was losing money on its consoles until a certain point. They said, oh, no longer are we losing money, but they never even said how much profitable it is. So even at the end of the day, if we break down those margins and multiply them by consoles sold, it is still less effective to for PlayStation anyways, to still be selling more consoles versus being able to dish out software at the end of the day. Think about it. Let's look at the case of Xbox. If you're going to lose $200 per console and you sell 10, you've lost $2,000. Whereas if you sell 10 copies of Starfield on PlayStation, you have now made yourself pretty much $500, right? And so that's just the math. When you start to take this and factor it by multiple X's, then it makes a whole lot of sense. So even PlayStation themselves, even if they may be net zero on their console sales, even if they may be even making $2, $3 on their console sales, they realize that it's a very huge ask to have everybody go ahead and start buying their consoles. Hence, they, even with their so-called exclusivity strategy, is with one part of their mouth saying we're now partially exclusive and, behold, a third-party publisher. So when I see a lot of people talking about PlayStation going or Xbox going third party or whatever it is, I laugh and I'm like, they're already third party. PlayStation's already third party as well. And this reality we're going to continue to see as time goes on. Now, the reviews are mixed, but it doesn't mean much other than some people are going to have preferences. Some people are going to have, all kinds of different ideals with regard to how they want to play the game. Some people have already said that the game already has microtransactions, which is, something that I know many people are like, oh, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has microtransactions. Oh, my gosh. I know most of you don't play live service games, but this is how some of them come. Yes, those of you who criticize Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I need your energy here too. Thank you. And at the same time, when you think about it, it appears to me that people are going to probably vibe with this game because of the co-op nature of the game. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I think this strategy might be a sound strategy for Sony and PlayStation. Why? The age of exclusivity is dying. The consoles are already outdated. The new PC parts are shiny, better in terms of performance, and you saving a little bit of money, you can get yourself a decent PC that can start you up on the run before the new generation of consoles come out. You can sell your old hardware, or you can get discounts on hardware and build you something that will put you in a better position as a gamer. You can even keep your PS5. If you say, oh, maybe there might be an exclusive I want to play day one, they're not going to abandon the PS5. It took them a while before they abandoned the PS5 this generation. Many of you know that. It took them a very, very hot minute because when you kind of think about it, they had to release Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok on the PlayStation 4 in order for them to be able to, justify all the expense that's spent on those games. I think the biggest mistake they made was not releasing Marvel Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 4. They should have done that. They should have kept the PS4 as, strong as possible until maybe, like, in my opinion anyways, way far into the, this generation, so that they could keep making, sales on their software. I mean, 15 million, copies of God of War Ragnarok. That's a huge feat. But also, it is a testament to how PlayStation, players can't necessarily even support their single-player games with a third-party stress around them. Look at a game like Hogwarts Legacy. The reason Hogwarts Legacy outsold a lot of games is because it existed on the PlayStation 4 and the Switch and everywhere, and it had a big fan base. So if these companies have these IPs that are very popular, PlayStation has to rethink and say to itself, man, we need to move differently. And they are moving differently. And Xbox at the same time also wants to move differently. But I've seen a lot of people on the Xbox ecosystem whining and crying about this advancement. And I have to ask myself, I wonder what, their motives are. Are there motives for them to to just have console games that they are holding over everybody's head? Because that plastic box in reality is a subpar plastic box when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. This is not to, to insult somebody who has a console. This is to say what the reality is. You cannot tie your preference in gaming to some box. You should be happy that a lot of other players are going to be able to play your game. And I dare say it, Nintendo's days are numbered as well. They're eventually going to start to pivot because a lot of their audience is going to be growing into the Fortnite and into the other video game preferences. They're no longer going to be sitting there wanting to play Mario, even though they may have some nostalgia, added to it. Things are going to be changing very much for Nintendo, and they're going to be pivoting, in my opinion, to places like mobile. And I would not be surprised we continue to see them license their games out. Remember, they already are doing it with Ubisoft. We're going to see them possibly see them licensing more and more games that are native to them. Even if they may not be the ones that make it directly, they'll let somebody else eat that development cost and make money from it while their games will still sell successfully. It's only a matter of time. That's the strategy that's been going on, and I think people will do well to pay attention. So thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.